Hi everyone, welcome to World of Tanks with stewiejp. I'm Stewie and this is another replay sent to me by Speedy from MI6 Clan. One of our officers and callers at MI6. And I've got to be honest, when I loaded into this replay for the first time, I absolutely groaned. I nearly cried. This is the map where I did 6,960 spotting damage whilst trying to do my light tank mission for the T55A, where you need to do 7,000 spotting damage. And right now in the replay, Speedy went to the exact same position I went to, where I lit up the whole enemy team just about, and obviously got plenty of spotting damage, and it was a very profitable game because I was in a premium tank. And Speedy's doing exactly the right thing. In this game, he's lit up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 heavy tanks, or 5 tanks, including the heavies and the Super Pershing. It's very, very tempting to pull the trigger in this situation, but with no idea right now where the enemy lights are, it could be suicide to start pulling the trigger in this position. So Speedy's doing the right thing for his team. He's spotting the heavy line, and this is a really good position to do that from the north side. If you haven't checked out Speedy's other replay that he sent me from the Charioteer, which would have went up a couple of days ago, I highly encourage you to do it. It's a mastery badge, it's an awesome game, and the kind of game that if you're a tank destroyer driver, you might learn a few things. But anyway, in this one, Speedy's in the light tank. Speedy has already lit up close to half of the enemy team. They lose the Carnarvon in the Battle of the Heavies on the 9-0 line. Speedy's keeping them lit up, and he's just spotted that object 704, the Tier 9 Russian tank destroyer, which has got a massive gun, and it's very, very dangerous. But he's evaluating the map, looking at where they all are. That's a very high percent of the enemy team all in the same spot. So we're hoping the artillery puts a few shots into them. But it looks like Speedy's heavies are slowly getting whittled away. It looks like they're outnumbered with these medium tanks and light tanks and the TD sitting up here. These guys are definitely outnumbered with all that. That's almost all of the enemy side's been spotted now, and apart from the Waffle Tractor over here and the T49 and now the T95 spotted, that's all of the enemy tanks. Speedy takes a punt, trying to put a shot into the T95 to try and at least slow him down, but in the process his 6th sense goes off, and it's time to move. It's time to relocate, and it's time to find somewhere else where he could be helpful to his team. Speedy did the right thing there, lighting up all those enemy tanks, but unfortunately his team didn't really make the most of it. The artillery gets rid of that 704, which is a good tank to get rid of. It's got a massive gun, the 704. It's a bit sluggish to drive. It's a tank I loved playing. I like those big, slow, heavy tank destroyers. Now Speedy's moving into the middle of the map. You can see he's getting a bit of lag, which makes it really hard to play light tanks. And of course, the replay you're seeing is with my settings, not with whatever settings Speedy has on his computer. That's just how it works. Now, he's caught that T37 napping there. The T37 was looking at someone else. So he takes him down to a one-shot for that Skoda. Well, the J-Panther kills him in the end. And now Speedy's team are winning 5-4, but it's not over yet. That 9-0 line, Speedy's side is still heavily outnumbered, so the guys in the middle really need to bring their guns into the game, start moving and start making the most of their advantage. The fact that Speedy's side is disadvantaged on this side of the map tells me that all around here, Speedy's side should have the numbers. Because those heavies on the 9-0 line are about to get wiped out. Just looking at the map. Back down to 6-8, the scoreboard. Even though it's 6-8 and the enemy own this one, Speedy's side has vision on this whole side of the map. So they're not in a bad position, but it's starting to look dire. That charioteer, I don't know if that charioteer is AFK or not, at the enemy flag. It doesn't look like he's shooting. It looks like his gun's pointing to the ground. But artillery hits him. Speedy picks up his second kill. So at 7-8, it's not disastrous, but we know these heavy tanks will likely either come to their flag, which the AT-7 is moving back to defend, or they're going to come back to try and attack that Skoda and Jagdpanzer and WZ-120. Score gets evened up nicely at 8 apiece with the WZ-120, which is another tank I really enjoy playing. In this kind of situation, it would do really well because it's top tier and it's got a really punchy gun. Now the call was made to cap, but the Bulldog takes out the Skoda, the tier 9 Skoda, which is another really good looking tank. I haven't got one yet. I'm still at the tier 8, but it looks like a fun tank to drive. Speedy's now spotting that KV5. Looks like Artie's going for him. Speedy's trying to track him. But the KV5 is pretty heavily armoured. And the gun of the 1390 isn't that accurate, especially at range on a moving target. But Speedy's reloading again now. He's in a relatively safe position, I think. I mean, we don't know. Looks like all those tanks have gone back to their base and they're going to push on that 1375. But where Speedy is, he's keeping most of the map lit up so that his team knows where those enemy tanks are. He's itching to take out that Bulldog. Another few seconds before he's reloaded. Hopefully the Bulldog is still spotted. Looks like he's not really blind shot it. No, I probably wouldn't have either. There's the KV5 again. He's on 600 health. Even if you can track him, that would really help, but it's pretty hard to penetrate the KV5 from that kind of distance. Putting some shots into the Tiger P. Might be able to finish him off here. He's got 2 shells left. He's on 221 hit points. He disappears. Another blind shot. It didn't work. It worked in the last replay that Speedy sent me on the Charioteer and Corellia. It didn't work for that one, but he's reloading now. He's letting this team know that he's reloading. That T-34, I bet Speedy wished he had 1 round left there. Could take that T-34 out nicely, but the AT-7 does it well. And artillery takes out the T-10. I reckon that artillery was aiming at the T-34, and then when the AT-7 killed it, T10 popped up, so the Artie made the most of it. It's 10-11 now. Speedy's already had a good game. We're racking up 2,000 damage, or close enough to it. Finds the Bulldog. And the AT-7 kills him. I think Speedy had the Bulldog covered, but now he's taken a big shot. Looks like it was from... maybe from the T-95. Puts a few more shots into that KV5, which is proving to be a real pain in the backside to penetrate. Now, a lot of their tanks are on low health. I think the T-95 is on high health, but the rest are 1 or 2 shots for Speedy. Looks like the Artie has taken some damage. He's on 171. The Tiger P's on 221, and the KV5's on 252. Going by the health that they were last spotted on. Looks like either Speedy or the AT-7 is spotting that artillery. It'd be the AT-7, I'd say, going by where he is. Speedy just having a think. And he's in a good spot there. It's a passive spot. Any tank that comes past. And he didn't get spotted there. Some more unlucky shots onto that KV5. Will the last shell in his clip do it? No. Very hard to penetrate a KV5 with the 1390 from that kind of distance. It's a pretty heavily armoured tank. You've got to get really lucky with the RNG. But it was keeping him lit up, which is good. The AT7 gets taken out by the T95, but in the process the T95 wasn't even spotted, so it's only Speedy on 2 kills and the artillery on 3 kills left. It's a tier 9 German arty, another arty I don't have, but I'm tipping at tier 9 it packs a pretty good punch. Now we know that their Tiger P and KV5 are both on really low health, and there's the T95 on 800. Now it'll be hard to penetrate the front, but artillery does exactly what artillery should have done in that situation. Takes out the T95 with one big shell. Quick mouthful of coffee as my throat gets drier and drier. And now this is all about vision. A light tank will always have more view range than a heavy tank. There's no exception, especially at the same tier. We know their artillery was last seen at F0. We know their Tiger P was last seen at their flag, and their KV5 was last seen in the middle. There's the KV5 now. Looks like the KV5 is going on a bit of a hero run to go straight after the artillery. He's not slowing down. Now Speedy's got premium ammunition loaded. He really wants to spot him. The arty's moving out the way. His binos are up, as is his camouflage net, so he could probably take a shot into him if he can see him and not get spotted from that distance. He's in a bush, he's got his camo net, and he's in a French light tank, so he's going to be really hard to spot. Now this should be the perfect shot. Takes him down to 29. One more. Bang. That's his third kill of the game. The Tiger P looks like he's following and going straight for the artillery as well. Gets behind that house. Arty doesn't look like he's running away anymore. Maybe he fancies himself to take out the Tiger P. Speedy's going to go after the Tiger P. Coming in from that angle, there's a good chance the Tiger P will be aiming up in this direction. So Speedy can get behind him and shoot him. Fairly sure he's only a one shot. Maybe 2 shots. Arty fires and misses. Speedy gets spotted. Takes him down. Now he's got to move because he doesn't know what artillery was aiming at. And I know what he'd be doing now. I know what I'd be doing now. My heart would be beating at 1,000 miles a minute. He reloads, so he's got a full clip just in case the first... I think he had 3 shells left, so he's reloading just in case he misses or gets an unlucky bounce or track. It is a tier 9 artillery. And Speedy's going straight for where that arty was last spotted because there's only 40 seconds left in the game. Looks like he's getting a couple of lag spikes, which will make it even more frustrating. Gets a kudos from the T95. Your scout, very good. He did. He had an awesome game. He's having an awesome game, but it's not over yet. We want to save it. We don't want this to turn into a draw. There's only 20 seconds to go. Is he going to find him? He's heading straight for where he was last spotted. Climbing up this hill must seem like it taking ages. 12 seconds. He crests the hill. Where's Arty? Where is he? So he's going straight over the next hill. There he is. Shoots and scores. 15-3. 5 kills to Speedy. Again, unlucky to miss out on the top gun, but what a massive result. As you can see, he's got the mastery badge there. Ace tanker, that's for being one of the top scorers in that tank for the fortnight. Spotter medal. You can see why he got the spotter medal. They're all those tanks that he lit up. Most of them right at the start of the game. Fighter for killing 4 or 5 in one battle. Fire for effect. And of course the Scout medal for detecting the most enemy tanks on his team. No surprise that he topped the score, even though the artillery did over 5,500 damage. A great game by the artillery driver. Got the Gauze medal, which is a very hard medal to get. But nearly 2,600 damage by Speedy in his little AMX 1390. And also 1,556 spotting damage. Now, spotting damage does come into it when you're looking at mastery badges. So the combination of nearly 2,600 and over 1,500 spotting damage gave him an awesome mastery badge for that great little tank, the AMX 1390, the French Tier 8. Profitable game there, even though he fired premium ammunition. Obviously, you get credits and experience for spotting as well, and it doesn't really cost you anything with ammunition. Great game there by Speedy. Hope you've enjoyed this replay. If you did enjoy this replay, please consider liking or subscribing to the channel. It really does get my bum into gear to make more videos. And a massive thanks to Speedy for sending in this replay. Keep up the good work. Thanks for watching, everyone. Take care, and I'll see you all next time.